Howdy train fans, welcome back to the Chattanooga Southern Railroad. This is going to be the first in a series of what I'm calling the Blue Box build. If you are, and this is mainly geared to those of you that are new to the hobby, or if you're a younger modeler and you want to start getting into trying to build your own cars, these are a great place for you all to start. So what I've got here is a 40-foot boxcar Santa Fe. This was what they call Blue Box, obviously. And it's a kit that back in the day, as you can see right there, was about $4. So these days, you can pick these up sometimes 2 for $10 at a train show. If you walk around a train show, sometimes you'll find somebody that has boxes and boxes of these that you can find. And when you open these boxes up, you'll see a lot of parts and pieces. If they're still intact and original, they'll have the manila envelope here along with all the parts. So let's start taking some of these out for us. So here's the car body. You'll see it's painted and numbered. You can get these undecorated, so if you want to do your own painting, you can do that. You'll see that we have the sliding doors. So there's 2 of those here in the box. If I can get it out without breaking it. And you do have to be careful. These little tabs are kind of finicky there. It also comes with the undercarriage framing. It comes with the deck for it. It comes with a set of instructions. So back in the day, you could buy parts if you were to lose something like the steering wheel or something like that, or the brake wheel, I should say. Shouldn't call it a steering wheel. It was silly. And then underneath this little protective sheet, so this thing doesn't fly around, is the actual car body weight. Now, although this is pretty decent, it's still not enough to meet NMRA standards. So in the next video, when we tune this up, I'll go over weighting this, but I'm not going to cover that today. So the goal here for this build is just to get you up and running. So I'm going to put, you don't really need the assembly instructions here. Although if you're a first-time builder, I would recommend you read these. So what I like to do is take the box lid, and since you got a packet of small parts here, open this up like so, and dump these out in here. And what you'll see, double check, make sure it's empty. What you'll see in here are your 2 trucks, so we can go ahead and pull those out like this. But then you also have your hook horn couplers, right, which we're going to install on this build because this is designed to just get you guys up and running, especially if you got a new train set for the holidays or something like that. The coupler box covers. You also get in the kit your brake wheel, and you also get the 2 screws to mount the trucks. So I'm going to lay all those out like that, so we have everything here that we need, and I'm going to show you how I go about building one of these. So the way it's designed, you'll see that this thing is a little warped, but that's okay. We'll get it fixed. So you're supposed to put the weight underneath like so, and then this framing kind of sandwiches that in between like so, okay? And sometimes it will take a little bit to get it to come back in line. Eventually it will settle down, okay? And then what I typically like to do is I like to install the couplers next. Again, if you're running this for a Bachmann train set or something like that, you can go ahead and put in these hook horns. You just make sure that the little flippy tab, I call it, technical term there, is there ready to go. And then these boxes, the long tab goes out. And the idea behind this, if I can do it, is to clip this, me and my fat fingers, over top. And what you're trying to do is line that hole up over top of that pin. That's what centers it. And you heard it clip, right? So we're going to do that with both sides, just like this, like so. And push it forward a little bit and it should clip. There, heard it clip. Okay, so now we need to install our trucks, right? So you'll see in here that it has a little raised bolster there that allows it to center on that truck. So you put the truck in, and the only tool you really need for this is a nice small flat-bladed screwdriver. And then you install the screw like so, and thread the screw. Now you are driving a metal screw into plastic. Don't over tighten this. Okay, and so you just want to get the truck started. Make sure you got it in the right orientation. You don't want to be putting it in this way because it won't work, right? So you want to make sure that it is in the right position. So we'll put that screw in like so, and we'll drive it down like so, and I get it to a certain point. Now you'll notice that this is kind of loosey-goosey, as is this one, right? Here's what I like to do. I like to set these down on a hard surface like this, okay, keeping it flat. And I like to thread these, putting a little pressure down so you're cutting the threads, and you take it down until it gets tight. You'll see that's still a little loosey-goosey. So we're going to take that on down until it starts to get really tight. And it'll take a little bit to do this, so. Okay, so that's pretty decent. I like to have a little play. I don't want this to be able to rock back and forth. So I'm going to go ahead, get my fat hand out of the way there. I'm going to drive this one all the way down like so. Oops. Again, putting a little bit of pressure as you drive this screw in, because you're going into plastic, and take it down. Now, you'll see that I got that one a little stiff there. So what I do is I take it down and then I back it off a little bit, like so. And that's basically what I want, is a little bit of free play. I don't want it rocking either side. A little bit of free play. That's a little tight, so I'm going to back it off just a smidge. And that's about right. So you'll see I still got a little bit of warpage there, but again, that'll relax over some time. And you can see where those screws have come up through the deck, okay? Next thing we want to do is we want to install our brake wheel. So you'll see on the end of the boxcar, and it's only on one end, right? This was back in the day in the 40s and 50s when you had these. And then you're going to find that hole eventually and put that in there just like that. Now you could put a dab of glue in there, but in most cases it's just the right size that it's designed to go in there and fit snugly, and you don't have to worry about it, right? Especially if you were to break that off, you don't want it glued in there, okay? The roof is already, walkway is already installed. Sometimes you don't have these installed, okay? Next thing we want to do is our doors. And the way I found to put these on the easiest way is you have to come in from the back side here. And basically you want the tabs to the downside. Oops. Let me see if I can get this started here. Like so. Well, it's not going to do that very easily, is it? Let's see if it'll let me come from the other side. There we go. Now it's going to come. Whoop, maybe not. And yikes. Well, it's going to be frustrating, isn't it? So I like this. You get to see this in real live. No editing magic here. All right. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get this. And this sometimes happens with the painted cars. The undecorated ones aren't quite as difficult, I would say, finicky. And I'm trying to get that thing in that track, and it's just being a pain. All right, so let's try it another way. We're going to come in from the end here. Here we go. Got one tab started, and then you'll notice that it sticks out a little bit. And what you can do is put it over top of the door opening, come back in, pull down just a little bit, because that door is flexible, and there you go. Now you've got your door installed. And I like to leave them open while I'm tuning these things up. So let's see if we can get this one to go a little smoother for you. Okay, so we'll put that on there. We'll do the next one, the next tab. There's a little T-track. I don't know if you can see that very well, that you're trying to clip it into. Sometimes it does not want to be nice. All right, so there it goes. It finally slid. And you don't want to force that, okay? Again, we're in this orientation. You'll see the doors hanging out. So you can flex it like this and pop it up under like that. And then you should be able to move that door rather smoothly. The more you move it back and forth, the more it's going to open that, that paint off and make it easier. So here we are. We only got one step left. And that is to install the carriage underneath the box. And what I like to do is I like to get it in between the thing, drive it to the end, okay? And I can use my fingers inside the doors just to let that come down, and you can hear that pop. And now you can set it on your track like so. Just, if you can get it on the track. And there you go. And now you have a beautiful new box car in just that little bit of time. How long did that take? 10 minutes total time to install that? So there it is, step one in our series of the blue box build. Now you're ready to run this. If you run hook horn couplers, in the next episode, I'm going to do a full tune-up on this with metal wheels, KD couplers, getting them set to the right height, weighting this, right? And that'll be the tune-up portion of this. And then after that, I'm going to do a weathering series on this, on how to weather that. I've been learning a lot from the folks out there on YouTube about how to do this. I got some favorites that I've learned some things from, so I'm going to try that. And don't ever forget to save your instructions, right? And your box, because, you know, in case you have to move, you can keep that, and you know what car it is, right? Trash, you can just trash that, put your tools away, and there you go. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this build series, especially again if you're new to the hobby. If you like this, give me a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing, and you can learn more about my railroad. Thank you, and have a great one. See you on down the tracks. Bye.